So what do you do when you're staring right into the abyss, when you're faced with absolute, total nothingness? Today, we're diving into this incredible parable about a will so powerful, it doesn't just survive the void, it actually builds a bridge right over it.
And our story kicks off with this wild paradox. I mean, think about that. It's not about finding a reason to keep going. It's about looking at the total absence of a reason and celebrating it. This is the radical idea that's going to light the fuse for this whole thing.
And at the heart of this tale, you've got two figures locked in this epic struggle for the very soul of existence. You've got the life-affirming jester and the all-consuming cynic. This is their war.
Okay, so let's break this down. On one side, you've got the jester. His weapons are absurd laughter, creation, and this idea called amor fati, which is, this radical love of your fate, no matter what it throws at you. And on the other side, the pale cynic. His goal is to just negate everything with this bleaching fire of logic to reduce it all to nothing, to an absolute void.
So how in the world does the jester fight back against that kind of all-consuming negativity? Well, he doesn't argue, he doesn't debate, he builds. And he uses the most unbelievable tool you could possibly imagine.
See, the jester's real power isn't logic. It's not a counter-argument. His laughter, it's a rebellion. It's this primal, almost violent force that doesn't try to defeat meaninglessness. No, it embraces it, it dances with it, and in the end, it completely transforms it.
And this is where it gets really beautiful. The cynic shines his white light of pure, cold reason at the jester, trying to expose him as a fraud. But instead of destroying him, that light hits the jester's colorful costume, and it refracts. His laughter, his joy, literally becomes the stepping stones of a bridge made from the very light that was meant to erase him. He's building a path over the void with the void's own tools.
And in that moment, the jester achieves amor fati. This love of fate becomes his fortress. It's a kind of psychological shield. The cynic's logic, which, it feeds on doubt, it just can't get a grip. There's nothing to attack because everything, the good, the bad, the totally absurd, is welcomed and affirmed.
And this idea completely flips one of the biggest concepts in philosophy on its head. The overman isn't some perfect person you're trying to become way off in the future. In this story, the overman is the act itself. It's the continuous, absurdly beautiful act of walking across that impossible bridge you've built over nothing.
But what about the cynic? A force like that doesn't just, poof, disappear, right? His ultimate weapon was just turned into a stage light, so he's got to change his strategy. He slinks back into the shadows, and now he's like a plague, searching for a new host.
I mean, the jester turned the cynic's sterile white light into a spectacular show. So, defeated in this direct fight, the cynic backs off. But he's not gone. He's just waiting, becoming what the story calls a slow-moving plague, looking for fertile ground where his void can grow.
So, who's he hunting for now? Well, he's not going after the strong and confident anymore. He's looking for the vulnerable. The academic who's lost in theories, the priest who's lost his faith, and maybe most importantly, any soul that's wrestling with guilt or a darkness they haven't faced yet. That's where the seeds of the void can really truly take root.
And so the story gets bigger. The cynic finds his next target, a new jester, someone who's just starting their own journey. And right there, a second, connected struggle begins, and suddenly the stakes are higher for everyone.
So, way down in the valley, far below the summit where our first jester is standing, the cynic finds this new kid, and he gets to work. But it's not a direct attack. No, it's more sinister. He starts to pollute the new jester's dreams, planting little seeds of doubt, testing him to see if this new spirit can handle the crushing weight of the void.
And this new trial creates this powerful psychic connection between the two jesters. The fate of the original is now tied to the success of his student. So you see, this isn't just one person's journey anymore. This is about the survival of a whole way of being, a lineage of overmen.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, why doesn't the original jester just go down there and help him out? Well, because of this critical rule, the first law of solitude. This journey, the act of building your own bridge over your own personal void, it has to be done alone. If he rescued the new jester, he'd be robbing him of his own transformation.
So instead of jumping in to save him, he does the only thing he can. He just laughs harder. From the top of the mountain, he sends out these ripples of his own affirmation.
It's not a rescue rope. It's a beacon. It's proof that the journey is possible. It's a signal of hope across that abyss.
And all of this brings us to the story's really profound conclusion. This whole thing, it isn't a battle to be won. It's a delicate, eternal dance that has to be maintained.
And there it is, the final revelation. The ultimate goal isn't to destroy the cynic or get rid of the void, it's to integrate it. It's to be able to look into the face of total meaninglessness and just see a part of yourself, to see a reflection of your own capacity for doubt, a part of you that you've finally mastered.
You know, there are two halves of a whole. The jester's creative dance needs the cynic's empty stage to perform on. The cynic's bleaching fire is what makes the jester's colors look so brilliant. It's this constant tension, this perfect balance between them, that creates a reality so much richer than either one could make on their own.
And so the story doesn't really have an end, because it can't. This struggle between creation and negation, between the jester's laugh and the cynic's logic, that is the symphony of discord. That's existence. It's always happening, and it echoes forever.
Which really just leaves us with one final question to take with us. If that force of negation, of doubt, of the void, if it's all just a mirror showing us our own darkness that we haven't dealt with yet, what does it show when it looks at you?